No, that was great.
No, no. Hello, how you doing? This is Kelly White reporting live right here at the Political Forum here in the great city of Ferndale, Michigan. And we're here in Kelly's kitchen, and we have a very good friend, our friend here, Mr. Senator Vincent Gregory, right here in the kitchen, in Kelly's kitchen. How you doing?
Not bad. How are you?
Welcome to the kitchen.
Hey, it's good to be here. Always good to be
I'm
here.
gonna make sure we got some food here next time we can get you. And Bert got on me last time and said we made sure we had some chicken wings or something. Okay. How you doing?
Bert's a chicken wing kind of guy.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So how you doing this evening?
Oh, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay.
We made it here. I heard a lot of great things, you know, about what's going on, things that you're looking for. I have a couple questions. Well, probably a little bit more than a couple questions. But one of the things that I want to start off with, what do you think about the upcoming Democratic election?
Well, that's I think that for the Democrats, it's an opportunity to reevaluate the direction that we're going in. Maybe we are going in the right direction, but certainly we're going to be talking about it. We're going to be talking about who the candidates are for the leadership of the Democratic Party, and that's a good thing. At least coming out of it, we should have a direction. We should know in what direction we're moving. These last couple of years have been hard for Democrats. I mean, 2010 was disastrous for us, and we have got to do better than what we've been doing. And so if the current president of the Democratic Party stays in there, certainly he will have some ideas and views that move us forward, as well as the person that will be challenging it. So for me, I want to see us move forward. No question about it. I want to see us move forward. I'm anxious to hear what both of them will have to say in their views and how and what direction they want to move the party and how they will move us forward.
Because at the end of the day, it does affect Michigan.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Well, you know, one of the biggest problems we have right now, in my view, on the state level is we have the House controlled by Republicans, the Senate controlled by Republicans, and the governor's office controlled by Republicans. And anytime you have a monopoly of all three, then you really kind of stifle public ideas and the ideas of the public, and you're not getting a true view of all the people and what they feel about the state and the direction the state should go in. So to me, if we have, even if just the House, then that means that you're hearing from the other side now and you have a voice at the table. But the way it is right now, you don't have any voice at the table. That to me is terrible.
Yes, it is. And another thing which we was just talking about, and you are a very, very good friend of the law enforcement here in Michigan. What do you think about the officers and the position that they're in, that are having to work a 12-hour day and the low pay rate? You know, what do we need to do to make sure our people in law enforcement who's out here patrolling our streets, protecting us, how do we get them better pay and try to limit the stress on them, which will probably hurt them on the job?
Well, you know what, it's a big issue, but I think that the one thing that, and this will be something for the future leaders who's ever running, for instance, the city of Detroit who's ever running, they need to evaluate the population of the city of Detroit, the number of officers that you have. I wouldn't care if you had 24-hour shifts, 12 hours, 14 hours, doesn't make a difference. If you don't have enough people, enough police officers in order to protect the citizens, I don't care what kind of hours you have, you still don't have enough officers to protect the people. You know, sometimes 12 hours is a Band-Aid. It's you're trying to almost like put a facade out there as if you really protected them when you're really not. You need to evaluate how many officers that you have for each citizen, and if you don't have enough, you need to figure out where you're going to get some money from to hire more police officers so that the residents are protected in the manner that they should be protected. I mean, most of these other surrounding communities, they have a certain number of officers for each resident. If it's 10 to 1, 20 to 1, whatever it is, but not in the city of Detroit. It used to be the city of Detroit, I know, had at one time like 5,000 police officers. Well, certainly the population has dropped, but I think they have like 1,500, 1,800 now, which which for almost, they still have almost 800,000 people in the city. So you're talking about $1,500. That's not enough police officers to give adequate protection in the city of Detroit. So clearly you need to evaluate that and figure out how you can raise funds in order to hire more police officers to give the protection to the citizens that they need.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Now, discussion the other night with your friend, Vincent, and we was talking about the transit running through Highland Park.
Right.
What do you think? Do you think that's going to help the city of Highland Park and Detroit and the surrounding cities? What do you think about that issue?
Oh, I think, you know what, I think it's one of those kind of things where it's long overdue. You know what, even if it's not the final answer, or even if it's not something that will have the final answer, it's a step in the right direction. We cannot continue to have a transit system where nobody can really get around. I mean, if we want to invite people to come from out of state in order to explore the city of Detroit, explore the suburbs, unless they rent a car, they can't even get out there. So we need a transit system, and if this is the start, if this is the beginning of it, then let's start with this, and let's see if we can build it from there, and hopefully we can expand this, so this same transit system might move as far as Lansing and make a loop back there in Arbor and back to the city of Detroit, where people can get on there and move around.
Now, is this something that you think that all county leaders from Macomb County to Oakland County, all Wayne County, all counties should get involved?
Oh yeah, well Oakland County and Macomb County have joined in. They agree with this, and they see the value of this. They agree with this, and it's a start. And that's just what it is, it's a start. This is not the final, it's a start. But from this, we need to, in my view, we need to expand it. The state needs to have some kind of vehicle, means that you can get around on a transit system that comes through the city of Detroit, because that will be our major marketing area for the state of Michigan. If we want to have conventions, they will always come to the city of Detroit. And yet when people come here, they can't even get around, they can't get to the shops, they can't get to any of that areas. With a transit system, they can do that. That's why it's so important to have it. Not to mention the fact, if you work our county or work any other, why should you always have to drive somewhere? And we're talking about higher gas prices, fees for registrations. Well, that can be eliminated if you have a transit system.
And speaking of gas, what do you think of, I don't know if you did it yet or not, but Governor's taxes on gas?
Right. Well, he's proposed it, and what I've heard as of today, Valentine's Day, is that the
of all days,
is that the minority leader of the majority leader of the Senate is opposed to it, and he's come out and said that he's not supporting raising the gas tax for it. So, you know, that's a big thing. I mean, you're talking about folks that probably a lot of people that can't afford any more increases in gas tax or any other kind of taxes. At least slow down and reevaluate this. Yeah, we know we need infrastructure repairs, but how much can you get from the people as far as taxes and money that they spend? You just can't get everything from them. There has to be some other ideas introduced to this where you can get some money from other places other than people.
Yes, most definitely, well said. Now, you know, like everybody's heard, we got a big mayor race coming up in Canada. What do you look for in the next league, whether being runs or not? What do you look for in the next league? What do you like really miss?
If you, just as I said earlier, I would hope that as the mayor's race develops, there will be conversations about how do we protect the public, how do we make sure EMS gets to the people in town, how do we make sure the fire department takes. Those are basic city qualities that people should have. I mean, if you pay taxes, you should have those, and the conversation should be around those. If you don't hear that conversation, then that should be a check mark for that candidate that's not even talking about it. And if you're talking about it, then have some plans, have some specific ideas. This is what I would do. This is how I would do it. Put those out to the people, and then let the people make a decision This is somebody that I feel like I can support because they have a plan a plan on how to take care of the city.
Now, someone who's really important to all parents here in the mission, and me being a parent of a 6-year-old little girl, what do we need to do to get the arts and music programs back in school? Because I know we have a lot of kids out here in the streets, probably getting into trouble and stuff, but it's because of all the things that have been slashed. We don't have any programs for these kids after school programs. I remember when I was growing up, back in the early 80s, we had the YMCA, which used to be open 7 Mile and Lasher, the Northwestern Activity Center. We don't have none of these things. What do we need to do? Because the kids are our future.
Well, you know what? To me, it's a philosophy, it's a belief. And the current administration, their belief is not in that. And it's something that I had, just like you, I had 2 daughters that went to school, and they both were in the band, took instruments, and we were told and we found out that, those kids that are in band that have those instruments, they tend to do better in school. They tend to prioritize their time, they do much better. So now you've eliminated this, saying we don't have the funds for this. Well, that's short-sighted in the sense that you're looking at basically, maybe it's something like, well, they enjoy that, so that's not really something that's a benefit. It is a benefit. It's a benefit for them as far as even learning in school. So it's priorities. And you have to understand educational priorities, and I'm not sure that the leadership right now understands the educational priorities. So then again, when it goes back to elections, evaluate those people that have the views that coincide with what you have, and then support those people. If not, then let these other people know, hey, look, we think this is important, and let's see where they are. And if they don't agree with it, then maybe you need to look at somebody else.
Since standing here talking to you here in the passion, where do you find your passion, your energy, man? Because I can see the love. I see the love that you have for your city here, man, for your state. What strives you? Where you get this energy?
You know what? I had 6 kids. One of my sons died of MS, but I had 6 kids, and for me, I want to make a better place for my kids, for them as they've grown. But now I got grandkids, and I want to make a better place for them. And I know some of the things that can be done and how to do it. And I just don't understand some of these folks that are running for this, why they're not doing this, and why they're not saying that. And that's what bothers me the most. I'm trying to be a voice in the Senate, as well as some of the other senators, and we're just asking people to join with us and make this voice heard, so that we have some of the views, some of the same views a lot of folks do. And yet our voice is not being heard as loud as it can, so we're just trying to keep on saying eventually it'll get out there.
Most definitely. Look, we definitely here at Reality 313 Radio and Kelly's Kitchen. Definitely thank you for being on here.
My pleasure.
We hope we ain't taking a lot of your time.
No.
We support you.
Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate
that you do. You know you're welcome back to the kitchen.
Oh, I'll be back.
Anytime. Look, we're going to have you and your boy.
I was going to say, I'll be running down Senator Johnson. Asking when can I get on there again?
Well, definitely. Look, we're going to have you on there. This time we're going to have some food next time.
Okay. All right.
So make sure you come back with your appetite.
Will do.
Okay.
Will do.
Thank you again. We wish you luck and we support you, bro.
Okay. I appreciate it. All right. Thanks.
Okay,
appreciate
thank you. Reporting live right here with the one and only Senator Gregory, and we are. It was fantastic. The forum was definitely entertaining, educational. I definitely got to thank my cameraman, the one and only John the Shooter. I definitely like to thank my PR, Miss China, getting together, and Miss Paulette. We are going to be doing a lot more things, so we live right here. We're going out, and we'll see you and talk to you again real soon. We got some good things coming up, and I'll see you. Reality 313 Radio, Kelly's Kitchen. We out.